As you get a look inside modern Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we ride a good Monday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and San Francisco 49ers. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. First carry for Carlos Hyde. He takes this for 3 to the 29. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Come on, let's go!
They'll set up a throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Here we go! 38!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And 10 now, Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
They'll run the option left. He may try and run for this. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Here's Ellington. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the Seahawks defense heads back out there now. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3-and-outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here. See if they can force another 3-and-out. 2nd down following the run. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the 1st down.
And the key words in there, prep for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what...
Carlos Hyde, see you later. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Carlos Hyde with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now we get our first look at a guy who's been around the block a time or two. He will not be rattled today.
And that changes things for a defensive coordinator, because normally when you get the young guys, you get the rookies, you throw all the exotic blitzes at them and looks they haven't seen. But this guy, he's seen it all.
First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. They go again with Rawls. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Ahmad Brooks in on the stop. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL, because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They run with a power back, Rawls. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They come out here in the eye. Now Wilson out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Wilson will throw again. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? and they responded to the challenge.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to... A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll give the Seahawks a first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position. DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive. How about that move right there to get upfield and make the play in the offensive backfield? Excellent leverage.
You're right. Tall, big, 6'7", nearly 300 pounds. The first carry for C.J. Prosise. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. C.J. Prosise hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them. That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe it's something they can build on as this game continues.
Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First down, a run with Hyde. And down to the 36-yard line here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Being chased out left. On the left side, it's McDonald. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's go.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Here we go.
They run again with Hyde on first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Ellington has it, middle of the field. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Torrey Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it's puffed by a touchdown for San Francisco. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after it away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. Look at the spin. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
but it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense. Still second down.
2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd and 5. So 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 5. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Again, Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. It's caught outright by Graham. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. They tried the fade there to the back corner, and Charles, you know very well that can be hard to stay in bounds on that route.
So difficult because you have to start the route to give yourself enough space to actually fade away from the defender and stay in bounds, just as you described. If the defender's able...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
It's brought in right side by Ginn. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the 49ers are going to get a first. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And McDonald here over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And that leads to a San Francisco 1st down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And Suckup will put this one right through, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The 49ers right now are doing a good job protecting their house. The Seahawks haven't played horribly, but will need to improve if they want to win this one. So let's take a look at the highlights from the 1st half. 49ers line up at the 26. Look out, Hyde gets into the clear, and he'll go in from 26 yards out. That puts them up by a touchdown. Offense on the field now after the pick. Under pressure here, the ball is picked off. Roby's reading the play and comes away with it, ending the drive. Offense out now following the INT. Procy's got a running lane here, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. The Seahawks tie it up at 7. 49ers line up at the 8. Here the pass is completed into coverage, and now they get in for the touchdown. 49ers up now by 7. Now 1st and 10. Ginn's going to haul in the pass over the middle, and it's going to end up going for a gain of 27. And with that, we'll wrap up our halftime report and head back out now to Levi's Stadium for the start of the 2nd half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We get a look now at the 49ers defense as they get into position. They look good in the 1st half. They'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Finish a game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you're expected to do. How about a little bit more of that in the 2nd half? but be aware they may throw something different at you to begin things.
Yeah, 50% of the equation still left to go. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, here's Wilson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. First down, this is Rawls. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, Wilson. And this is caught by Kurz. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
Penalty, it's Rawls. Oh, nice move. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Ellington now to return it. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. The defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you, because you know there's 3 levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense. Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for, because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit bit and hold it until the evening, it's almost like a Broadway premiere. You got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kamar Aiken with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Succop for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. That time, a 6-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what half football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Baldwin with it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Wilson on second down. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. It's a gain of 21 that time, and it's good enough for a Seattle first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game? and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to.
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. They come up in an offset eye. Again, it's Rawls. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
Here we go.
They run with Hyde. He's been a bell cow tonight. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's 3rd and 5.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now back to throw. And he finds McDonald. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 44 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And from the 3 now, it's second and goal. Here's Hyde. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Finding time. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Torrey Smith with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Graham slotted out to the left. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Wilson on 1st down. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And quickly they get to the line. Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Now it's Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now they got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. There we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And on fourth and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And Graham's got it over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Again, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot and say, hold it a second. I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And McDonald here over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
They'll come out in the pistol. Following the penalty, it's Hyde. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now it's 2nd and 7. Looks like he'll throw here. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the 49ers, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long